The first pale light of dawn slips quietly over the horizon, brushing the rough stone and sun-baked earth of Deir el-Medina with soft amber hues. You awaken on your simple woven mat, the cool morning air touching your skin like a gentle whisper. Around you, the village stirs slowly. Distant calls of fishermen drift up from the Nile, mingling with the soft rustling of palm fronds swayed by a faint breeze. You sit up, the woven fibers beneath you cool but familiar. Your fingers brush against the rough wooden beam overhead and the clay walls painted with faded hieroglyphs, silent witnesses to generations of lives woven into this place. The scent of damp earth and crushed lotus rises faintly, mingling with the aroma of freshly baked bread from a nearby oven. Today, like every day, holds the rhythm of ancient toil and timeless ritual. You rise and stretch, feeling the aches in your muscles from yesterday's labor chiseling stone for the pharaoh's tombs, carving hieroglyphs to secure eternal memory. The sun's gentle warmth grows steadily, promising both the heat of the desert and the blessing of life-giving light. You step outside onto the courtyard stones, the coolness grounding you as your eyes drink in the familiar sight of your village waking. The chatter of neighbors preparing their morning meals, the rhythmic pounding of mallets shaping stone, and the laughter of children weaving between houses form the day's opening chorus. Your hands reach for a simple bowl of water, its surface reflecting the soft blue of the sky, and you splash it lightly on your face, awakening not only your senses, but your spirit. Each droplet is a small blessing, a reminder of the Nile's life-giving flow and the eternal cycle of renewal. As you breathe in deeply, the village's heartbeat aligns with your own, the mingling scents, sounds, and sights folding together like the layers of an ancient scroll, waiting to be unrolled. This is your home, your legacy, the forgotten memories etched into stone and soil. You prepare for the day ahead, where sweat and prayer, labor and devotion intertwine. With each step, you carry the weight and wonder of your ancestors, and the silent hope that your work will echo beyond the sands of time. The morning sun climbs steadily over the horizon, casting its golden rays across the dusty lanes and sun-baked walls of Deir el-Medina. The village pulses with quiet urgency as you prepare to begin your daily work, a sacred task that binds you to the pharaoh's eternal journey and to the gods themselves. Today, like every day, you step into the roles passed down by generations of tomb workers, artisans who wield chisels and brushes with reverence, crafting monuments that bridge the worlds of the living and the dead. You shoulder your simple leather satchel, worn soft by years of use, and step into the cool air, the earth firm beneath your sandals. The rhythmic clang of stone striking stone greets your ears, your fellow workers shaping granite blocks with expert precision, their muscles flexing beneath sun-bleached linen. The scent of dust and resin lingers in the air, mingling with the faint sweetness of incense burning in nearby shrines. This is a world of labor and ritual intertwined, where every stroke carves not only stone, but sacred memory. Your journey takes you along narrow pathways that wind through the village, past mud brick homes adorned with painted scenes of gods and mortals. Children watch silently from doorways, their wide eyes reflecting both wonder and the weight of tradition. A dog barks softly in the distance, breaking the morning stillness before fading into the background murmur of voices and tools. Arriving at the worksite, a shaded courtyard beside the towering cliffs that shelter the royal necropolis, you join your comrades. The foreman's sharp whistle cuts through the air, signaling the start of the day's toil. You take up your chisel and mallet, feeling their familiar weight in your hands. Your breath slows. Your mind centers as you prepare to transform rough stone into sacred art. The first strike rings clear, sending a shower of tiny chips into the sunlight. Each hit is a prayer, a silent homage to the gods and ancestors who watch over your work. The granite responds with stubborn resistance, yet you persist, guided by skill honed through years of apprenticeship and the quiet faith that your labor ensures the pharaoh's safe passage to the afterlife. Time flows differently here, marked not by clocks, but by the sun's arc, the shifting shadows, and the slow, deliberate rhythm of carving. Your hands ache, muscles strain, yet your spirit remains steady between strikes. You pause to wipe sweat from your brow and glance toward the village, where women prepare meals and children tend small flocks. The contrast between this world of stone and that of daily life reminds you of the delicate balance your community maintains between toil and rest, the mortal and the divine. At midday, a break is called. You gather with your fellow workers beneath a grove of date palms, sharing bread and figs brought from home. The food nourishes your body, but it is the conversation and camaraderie that feed your soul. Stories are exchanged tales of ancestors, gods, and the mysterious forces that guide your hands. Laughter bubbles up, lightening the weight of labor, while prayers are whispered for strength and protection. Returning to the worksite, you feel renewed yet aware of the fragile nature of your craft. Every chisel mark must be precise. A single error could mar the sacred inscription or compromise the tomb's protection. You recall the words of your mentor: "We carve not only stone, but eternity." This thought steadies your hand as you resume carving intricate hieroglyphs, symbols that will safeguard the pharaoh's name and ensure his place among the stars. The afternoon sun burns hotter now, and the air shimmers with heat, yet your focus remains unwavering. You glance towards the horizon, where the Nile's shimmering ribbon snakes through the landscape, a reminder of life's continuity amid the desert's harshness. Water is fetched and shared, and you take a moment to cool your face and hands. The coolness of fleeting relief. As shadows lengthen, the work slows. The final chisels strike the stone with measured care. Your hands are raw but proud, and the face of the tomb now bears the sacred marks' names. Prayers, scenes of divine favor that will echo through the ages. The pharaoh's journey is secured through your labor, his memory preserved in stone, as eternal as the desert itself. Gathering your tools, you prepare to return home. The village greets you with quiet warmth, smoke rising from ovens, lanterns glowing softly in windows. You pause to wash your hands in a basin scented with lotus and frankincense, cleansing away the day's dust and weariness. At home, you sit with family beneath the starry sky. The stories continue legends of gods and heroes, lessons passed down through the generations. You share your own tale of the day's work, knowing it is part of the living history that binds your community. As sleep beckons, you reflect on the sacred balance you live between the tangible and the spiritual, the labor of the body and the devotion of the soul. Tomorrow will bring new challenges, new prayers, and the chance to carve once more into eternity. As the sun climbs steadily higher, bathing Deir el-Medina in its warm, golden light. The village awakens fully into the rhythm of the day. You find yourself going through familiar spaces, where the sacred and the mundane intertwine seamlessly. Today, your hands will prepare the offerings and meals that honor the gods, sustain the community, and reaffirm the delicate balance between the living and the divine. Your steps lead you first to the small courtyard behind your home, where a fire crackles gently beneath a clay pot. The scent of burning wood mingles with the earthy aroma of fresh herbs waiting to be crushed and woven into the day's meals and rituals. You kneel before the hearth, feeling the warmth seep into your skin and steady your breath. This fire is no mere flame. It is a living symbol of life's continuity, a beacon that connects your home to the eternal. You reach for a small mortar and pestle, worn smooth from generations of use, and begin grinding fragrant cumin seeds. The spicy, earthy aroma fills the air, mingling with the smoke and drawing your thoughts toward the goddess Sekhmet, fierce protector and healer. Each twist of your wrist is a silent prayer, an invocation for health and protection to surround your family and village. Nearby, the ripe blue lotus blossoms you gathered early this morning rest in a woven basket. Their delicate petals unfold like the sun's first light, a symbol of rebirth and the eternal cycle of life. You pluck the soft flowers, crushing a few to release their subtle scent, and add them to the brewing pot, knowing their fragrance carries prayers skyward. As the pot begins to simmer, you shift your attention to the bread dough resting beneath a cloth on the stone table. The flour, coarse and gritty from the emmer wheat ground by hand, carries the essence of the land and labor that nourishes your people. You knead the dough with steady hands, feeling its elasticity and warmth, a tangible connection between earth and sustenance. The bread you prepare today is more than food. It is an offering, a gift to the gods and a symbol of abundance and gratitude. You imagine the village gathering later, sharing this bread in sacred feasts beneath the stars, voices rising in song and prayer, a living testament to community and faith between tasks. You pause to gaze toward the nearby shrine, where a small statue of Bastet watches silently, her feline grace embodying protection and domestic harmony. You whisper a brief prayer, asking for her watchful presence over your home and loved ones. The rhythm of your work is steady and deliberate, each movement measured and infused with meaning. This is not simply preparation for a meal, but a ritual weaving together the threads of daily life, spirituality, and cultural memory. The scents, sights, and sounds around you form a sacred tapestry, each element a note in an ancient song that sings of devotion and survival. Outside, the village hums with life, the laughter of children chasing one another, the steady pounding of stone being shaped, the murmur of women exchanging greetings at the well. You feel the pulse of community, a living heartbeat shared by all who dwell here, bound together by toil, faith, and tradition. As the pot bubbles and the dough rises, you sense the presence of your ancestors, their spirits woven into the very fabric of this village. Their hands guide yours, their wisdom whispered on the desert wind. You smile softly, knowing that through your care and reverence, the memories of those long gone endure, carried forward in the sacred acts of daily life. The sun arcs higher still, casting long shadows and warming the earth beneath your feet. With the sacred preparations underway, You ready yourself to join your neighbors in the shared feast, a celebration of life, death, and the eternal cycle that binds all things. Here, in this moment, you are both keeper and participant in a timeless ritual where the past and present meet in the simple, profound act of breaking bread together. The sun reaches its zenith, bathing Deir el-Medina in a golden, almost sacred light. The air is thick with the scents of earth, incense, and freshly baked bread, as the village prepares for one of the day's most solemn rituals, the offering to Anubis, the jackal-headed guardian of the dead and protector of the thresholds between worlds. Today, you stand at the heart of this ancient rite, your hands carrying gifts and prayers meant to honor the unseen forces that safeguard your community's journey beyond life. Your footsteps lead you to a quiet courtyard shaded by the broad leaves of a sycamore tree, where a simple altar has been prepared. It is worn and weathered, its surface etched with the symbols of life and protection, the Ankh, the Eye of Horus, and the lotus, each telling stories of rebirth, vision, and eternal life. Centered on the altar is a small black statue of Anubis, his keen eyes seemingly watching with silent vigilance. In your hands rest the offerings, a golden loaf of emmer wheat bread, fresh from the oven, a small jar of honey, shimmering like captured sunlight, and a sprig of mint, plucked just moments ago from the banks of the Nile. These gifts are more than sustenance. They are tangible expressions of respect, gratitude, and hope for protection in the face of the unknown. You kneel before the altar, the cool stone beneath your knees grounding you in the sacred moment. Closing your eyes, you breathe deeply, the mingled scents filling your senses, the sweet honey, the earthy bread, the sharp freshness of mint, and the faint smoke of burning incense from the temple priests. You raise your voice in a low chant, the ancient words taught by your elders vibrating with reverence and power, O Anubis, watchful guardian, keeper of souls. Accept these offerings and shield our home. Guide the departed through the shadowed paths and keep us safe beneath your vigilant gaze. The air seems to still as your prayers ascend, mingling with the rustle of leaves and the distant murmur of the Nile. You imagine the god's form materializing a sleek black jackal, silent and steady, his eyes glowing with protective light as he watches over the threshold between worlds. His presence is a shield, a reassurance that the boundary between life and death is honored and guarded. Gently, you drizzle honey over the bread, the golden sweetness pooling like liquid sunlight. This act is a symbol of prosperity and divine favor, a reminder that life's gifts are precious and sacred. The mint rests beside the loaf, its invigorating scent believed to purify and ward off malevolent spirits. A smile tugs at your lips as you picture even the stern Anubis pausing to appreciate the humble offering, his sharp senses stirred by the familiar fragrances. The ritual feels alive, a living dialogue between mortal and divine, a bond forged through devotion and respect. Around you, the village hums quietly, the steady rhythm of life carrying on amidst the solemnity of the ritual. Children play in distant alleys, artisans shape stone in shaded workshops, and women prepare the evening meals. Yet here, in this sacred courtyard, time bends and stills. Suspended in a moment of profound connection, you rise slowly, the weight of the sacred rite settling gently on your heart. The turquoise scarab amulet hanging above your door catches the sunlight, its protective power a silent sentinel watching over your home. With steady steps, you prepare to rejoin the flow of daily life, carrying Anubis's vigilance with you, a quiet strength against the unseen. The sun arcs westward, casting long shadows as the day wanes. You sense the sacred dance between life and death, work and rest, mortal and divine, unfolding around you, a tapestry woven with faith, labor, and the eternal hope for peace. As you walk back through the village, the scent of bread and honey lingers in the air, a fragrant reminder of the offering and the bond that unites your community to the gods and ancestors alike. The path ahead is certain, guided by the watchful eyes of the guardian who stands at the threshold, a protector through all realms. As the day gently folds into night, Deir el-Medina settles into a quiet rhythm, the bustling sounds of labor softening to whispers and distant calls. The sky above deepens into a velvet canvas studded with stars that twinkle like scattered jewels, each a silent witness to the countless souls who have walked this land before you. Tonight, you find yourself drawn into the sacred silence, preparing for the silent vigil and intimate communion beneath the eternal sky, where prayers are offered in whispered breaths and hearts open wide. Stepping barefoot onto the cool stone of your courtyard, you breathe in the crisp night air scented faintly with lotus blossoms and burning myrrh. The oil lamp beside your small shrine casts a flickering glow, its warm light trembling softly in the gentle breeze. This lamp is more than illumination. It is a beacon that connects the mortal world to the divine, a steadfast flame guiding prayers upwards to Nut, the sky goddess whose celestial body stretches protectively over the earth. You settle yourself comfortably on the woven mat, folding your hands gently in your lap, eyes lifting to the heavens. The vastness above humbles you, its silent grandeur enfolding you in a tender embrace. As you inhale deeply, the rhythmic sound of your breath merges with the distant murmur of the Nile and the whisper of palm fronds stirred by night winds. In this stillness, time seems to stretch and soften, the boundaries between past, present, and future dissolving like morning mist. Closing your eyes, you begin to whisper your prayers, soft incantations learned from your ancestors, words that honor Nut's vastness and ask for her gentle protection through the night. O Nut, Mother of Stars, cradle us in your eternal embrace, guide our souls through darkness, and grant us peaceful rest. Your voice is barely audible, yet each word carries the weight of generations, a timeless plea woven into the fabric of the cosmos. You imagine the celestial river of stars as a pathway, winding and flowing endlessly above. It carries the hopes and dreams of your community, intertwining with the journeys of the departed and the watchful presence of the gods. The constellations trace ancient stories: Osiris's resurrection, Horus's flight, the cycles of the moon, each a beacon of hope and continuity. Your thoughts drift to Thoth, god of wisdom and the moon, who scribes the passage of time on celestial scrolls. You smile softly, picturing his serene face illuminated by moonlight, his quiet laughter echoing through the night as he observes your devotion. The vigil feels alive with presence, the unseen guardians who stand alongside you in shadow and light. The steady flicker of the oil lamp casts long, wavering shadows across the courtyard walls, shadows that dance like spirits come to witness this sacred moment. You feel the gentle pulse of life and death, beginnings and endings, all held within the vast embrace of the night. The silent vigil is more than prayer. It is a sanctuary where your spirit rests, renewed and aligned with the eternal rhythms of the universe. Minutes stretch into hours as you sit in this peaceful communion, your mind and heart opening to the vast mystery that lies beyond mortal sight. You sense the protective arms of Nut around your home and community, her cosmic breath weaving safety and solace into every corner. The stars above continue their silent watch, a comforting presence that assures you are part of a grand and unbroken cycle. As the first pale light of dawn tinges the horizon, you rise slowly, carrying the peace of the night within you. The village remains hushed, cradled in the delicate space between darkness and light. Your steps are light, your spirit calm, fortified by the sacred vigil beneath the eternal sky. The world awakens anew, and with it, your journey continues rooted in ancient faith, carried by celestial blessings, and held in the gentle silence of the night. The afternoon sun softens as it descends toward the horizon, casting a warm glow over Deir el-Medina's winding lanes and humble dwellings. The village gathers in joyous anticipation, for it is time for the sacred communal feast, a ritual celebration woven from threads of gratitude, community, and devotion to the gods. This feast is far more than nourishment. It is a living prayer, a bond that knits together the hearts and spirits of all who partake. You carry a woven basket laden with offerings, freshly baked loaves of emmer wheat bread, bowls of fragrant lentil stew simmered with cumin and saffron, platters of roasted duck glazed with honey, and baskets overflowing with figs and dates. The scent of these foods mingles in the air, rich and inviting, a fragrant tapestry that evokes the blessings of the earth and sky. As you approach the communal gathering, you feel the vibrant pulse of life neighbors exchanging warm greetings, children chasing one another beneath the palm trees, elders seated in quiet conversation. Woven mats are spread on the earth, laden with dishes carefully prepared by each household, a vibrant mosaic of flavors and textures. The atmosphere hums with anticipation and reverence. The feast begins with prayers to Hathor, goddess of joy, music, and fertility. Voices rise in unison, lilting chants that call upon her blessing. You join the chorus, your voice blending softly with the others, carried upward like incense smoke. The goddess's presence is felt in the music, in the laughter, in the sharing of food and story, a sacred celebration of life's abundance. You sit beside your family and friends, passing bowls and breaking bread together. Each bite is a gift, each shared morsel a symbol of trust and unity. As you eat, stories unfold tales of gods and heroes, of the village's past triumphs and trials, of hopes for the future. The stories weave a living tapestry, connecting past and present, mortal and divine. The sound of a lyre and gentle percussion rises, inviting movement and dance. Children leap into play, their joyous cries mingling with the music. Even the elders sway in rhythm, their faces alight with smiles. You feel the warmth of community envelop you, a sacred embrace that transcends time. In this feast, the boundaries between individual and collective dissolve. You are not merely eating a meal, but participating in a ritual that honors the cycle of life and death, the gifts of the gods, and the enduring strength of your people. The food nourishes not only your body, but also your spirit, binding you to the earth and the heavens. As the sun sinks lower, painting the sky with hues of rose and gold, The feast gradually winds down. Plates are emptied, and hands are washed in cool Nile water. You sit back, heart full, senses sated, and offer a silent prayer of thanks for the blessings received. The stars begin to emerge, twinkling above like the watchful eyes of ancestors. The feast lingers in your memory, a sacred moment of joy, connection, and gratitude that will carry you through the coming days and nights. You rise slowly, ready to carry the feast's blessings into the twilight, your spirit nourished by the sacred bonds shared beneath the vast Egyptian sky. As twilight deepens, the village of Deir el-Medina prepares to honor those who have journeyed beyond the veil of life. The air grows cooler, infused with the scent of burning myrrh and lotus blossoms. And a hush settles over the homes as families gather for the passage rite, a solemn ritual to guide the souls of the departed safely through the duat, the mysterious realm of the afterlife. You find yourself in the courtyard, where a simple altar is adorned with offerings figs, sweet bread shaped like the eye of Horus, and cups of pure Nile water blissfest by the temple priests. The carved stone bears hieroglyphs recounting Osiris's resurrection and the soul's journey through shadow and light. Kneeling before the altar, your heart is heavy yet hopeful as you prepare to bridge the worlds of the living and the dead. Your voice softens into ancient prayers, whispered with reverence, O Osiris, Lord of the underworld. Guide the souls of our ancestors through the trials ahead. Protect them from chaos. Grant them passage to the fields of reeds, where life renews eternal. Each word carries weight, binding the community in shared faith and remembrance. The village's murmurs fade into silence, replaced by the crackling fire and the gentle rustle of palm leaves. You light incense, watching the fragrant smoke spiral upward, a bridge carrying your prayers beyond mortal reach. In your mind's eye, you see Anubis, the jackal-headed guide, standing vigil, his glowing eyes steady as he leads each soul through the darkness, pouring water over your hands in purification. You offer blessings of renewal and protection, feeling the sacredness of the moment settle over you like a comforting cloak. Around you, loved ones share quiet tears and prayers, their presence a testament to enduring bonds beyond death. As the night deepens, you rise, carrying the peace of the right within. The stars above shimmer like watchful guardians, their eternal light a promise of hope and continuation. Though the journey of the departed is unknown, you trust in the God's guidance and the power of your prayers to light their path, walking home beneath the vast Egyptian sky. You feel the sacred cycle of life and death woven through every breath and step, a timeless dance that unites past, present, and future in endless harmony. The evening air cools gently as Deir el-Medina settles into quiet reverence. The sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows and painting the sky in soft hues of rose and violet. Within your home, the warm glow of oil lamps flickers softly, their flames dancing like ancient spirits guarding your hearth. This is the sacred hour of the closing flame, a ritual that honors the day's end, offers thanks, and invites peaceful rest to all who dwell within. You move carefully through your home, feeling the smooth coolness of the earthen floor beneath your feet. In your hands, a small bowl filled with water, scented with crushed lotus petals and myrrh, awaits your blessing. The mingling scents of baked bread, dried herbs, and sandalwood incense linger in the air, creating a sacred atmosphere thick with gratitude and calm. Stopping at each lamp, you pause to offer a quiet prayer, your voice steady and gentle. O gods of light and shadow, bless this home and its people. Grant us protection through the night and the promise of renewal with the dawn. Each word is a thread woven into the fabric of the night, connecting mortal and divine, light and darkness. With reverence, you dip your fingers into the scented water and flick droplets toward the flames. The flames flutter and waver, but hold steady, a dance of life's fragility and resilience. One by one, the lamps are gently extinguished, the darkness gathering softly like a velvet cloak. You step outside to the courtyard, where the hearth's last embers glow faintly, their warmth comforting in the cool night, scattering lotus petals and sprinkling myrrh resin over the fire. You watch the fragrant smoke rise slowly, carrying your prayers to the heavens. The sacred scent mingles with the cool night air, weaving a protective veil over your home and loved ones. Closing your eyes, you feel the vast embrace of Nut, the sky goddess whose starlit form arches overhead like a protective shield. Her presence is a balm to the spirit, a promise of peace and eternal care. A soft smile crosses your lips as you imagine even the gods pausing in moments like these to rest and renew. As the night deepens, the village grows silent, wrapped in the tender embrace of dreams. Your heart fills with quiet gratitude for the day's blessings, the toil, and the rituals, the laughter and the prayers, the sacred dance of life unfolding once more. With one last deep breath, you turn toward your resting place, carrying the sacred light within you. The closing flame may dim, but its warmth endures, a beacon to guide you through the night and into the promise of tomorrow. As night deepens over Deir el-Medina, the village is cloaked in a serene stillness that feels both ancient and sacred. The stars above sparkle like scattered jewels, their steady light a silent witness to the lives, hopes, and dreams that have woven through this land for countless generations. In this quiet hour, you are drawn to the threads that bind your community, those invisible yet unbreakable connections woven through shared history, ritual, and daily life. Tonight, you reflect on these ancestral threads, the living legacy that shapes your identity and nurtures your spirit. The flickering lamps inside your home cast soft, golden light across walls adorned with hand-painted hieroglyphs and carefully crafted amulets. Each symbol tells a story of prayer, a hope, a memory passed down from mother to daughter, father to son. You sit quietly near the hearth, where the last embers glow with a comforting warmth, and breathe deeply, feeling the pulse of your ancestors within your own heart. You recall the gatherings in the communal square, where stories were shared, songs sung, and wisdom exchanged. Elders would recount the deeds of great kings and the lessons of the gods, their voices weaving the fabric of collective memory. Children would listen wide-eyed, their imaginations kindled by tales of courage, love, and the eternal dance between life and death. These moments were more than entertainment, they were acts of preservation, ensuring that the knowledge and values of your people endured through time. In your hands rests a spindle and thread, simple tools yet powerful symbols of continuity. As you spin the flax fibers into fine linen, your fingers move with practiced grace, weaving the past into the present. The cloth you create will become garments worn by your family, banners for sacred ceremonies, or coverings for the mummies who will journey into the afterlife. Each thread carries the intentions and blessings of your community, a tangible link between generations. Your mind turns to the rituals performed at the family altar, offerings to ancestors, prayers for protection, and the lighting of candles to guide departed souls. These acts honor those who have shaped your life, acknowledging their presence in your daily existence. You feel their strength and guidance like a gentle current beneath your feet, steadying and sustaining you. Outside, the village breathes softly in the night. Neighbors share quiet conversations. The scent of roasted figs and honey drifts through open doorways, and the distant sound of a flute weaves through the air. In these shared spaces, the bonds of kinship and friendship are renewed, creating a web of support that sustains all. You smile softly, remembering the playful laughter of children chasing one another beneath the stars, their joy a testament to the enduring spirit of your people, even the gods. You think, must find delight in these simple expressions of life and connection. As you finish your weaving, you tie off the thread with a small knot, a silent prayer for strength and unity. The cloth is more than fabric. It is a vessel of memory, a bearer of hope, and a testament to the resilience of your community. The night deepens, and you rise with a heart full of gratitude. The ancestral threads that weave through your life remind you that you are part of something greater, an unbroken chain of souls bound by love, faith, and the sacred rhythms of existence. With the dawn still far away, you prepare to rest, carrying these blessings into your dreams. The stars outside continue their silent vigil, their light a promise of renewal and the eternal dance of life, death, and rebirth. Night has deepened fully over Deir el-Medina, wrapping the village in a soft cloak of tranquility and gentle shadows. The stars above twinkle silently, each a distant beacon in the vastness of the cosmos, timeless witnesses to the lives, hopes, and dreams that have woven through this land for countless generations. As you sit quietly on your woven mat beneath the open sky, a deep stillness settles within your heart, inviting reflection and peace. The day's rituals, prayers, and offerings have faded into memory, leaving behind the gentle glow of sacred acts done with intention and love. You breathe slowly, feeling the rhythm of the night pulse softly within and around you, the steady cadence of life itself. The warmth of the hearth has cooled, yet its essence lingers, a tender reminder of human connection and the flame of existence that endures even in darkness. In this moment of quiet, you turn your thoughts inward, considering the journey you have traveled not only this day, but through the cycles of birth, growth, challenge, and renewal that shape all life. The rituals you have performed were not simply tasks or duties, but sacred bridges linking earth and sky, mortal and divine, past and future. Each prayer and whispered, each offering placed was a thread woven into the vast tapestry of existence, binding you to your ancestors, your community, and the gods themselves. The scent of lotus and myrrh drifts softly on the night air, mingling with the cool breeze that stirs the leaves of the sycamore tree nearby. You close your eyes and imagine the goddess Nut stretching across the heavens, her star-studded body cradling the earth with gentle care. In her vast embrace, all fears dissolve, replaced by a profound sense of belonging and protection. Your thoughts drift to the river Nile, its eternal flow a symbol of life's persistence and grace. Like the river, you too are part of a greater current, moving steadily through time and space, carrying the memories, wisdom, and hopes of those who have come before and those yet to come. The night sky above is not a void, but a sanctuary, a sacred canvas where stories are written in starlight. As you breathe in deeply, the quiet hum of the village settles around you, the soft murmur of distant voices, the occasional bark of a dog, the whisper of palm fronds swaying in the gentle night wind. These sounds are a lullaby, a reminder that even in solitude, you are never truly alone. A gentle smile plays upon your lips as you recall the moments of laughter and warmth shared during the day's feast, the solemnity of prayers offered beneath the moon, and the steadfast watch of Anubis guarding thresholds unseen. Each experience has been a blessing, a reminder of life's sacredness and the power of faith and community. You let the stillness deepen, allowing the peace you feel now to permeate every fiber of your being. The worries and burdens of the day fall away, replaced by a gentle assurance that you are held by forces both seen and unseen, loved and protected beyond measure. In this sacred silence, you offer a final prayer not of asking, but of gratitude for the breath that fills your lungs, the earth that supports your steps, the stars that guide your path, and the gods who walk beside you in all things. Your heart opens, a vessel for peace, strength, and resilience. As the night winds down and your eyelids grow heavy, you feel yourself drifting gently toward rest. The closing flame of your home's hearth is extinguished, but the light within you burns steady and bright, a beacon of hope and renewal. The stars wheel overhead in their eternal dance, and you know that with the coming dawn, a new day will rise full of promise, mystery, and the endless cycle of life's sacred rhythms. With one last deep breath, you surrender to the night's embrace, carried on the wings of ancient blessings and timeless love.